Hi guys, Arnold Broad here with another news update on men's health, and in this issue we want to talk about ED, erectile dysfunction, and is there any natural ways to cure it as opposed to just doing the medical route, which is symptom relief. But if you have any questions about this video or any of the videos on my channel, just give me a call or text me at 609-410-4790. You can also click the links below this video in the description to take you to other videos that explain different aspects of treating and curing ED. Now let's see what we have today. So what are the stats? The stats say that somewhere between 20 to 30 million men in the US alone, and that's not counting the world, but just the US, have ED. And when you get to be over 75, it's over 50% of the men have ED just in the US. And that's according to the NIH, National Institute of Health. So those are pretty staggering numbers. Now, standard treatments for ED, as I've said, are symptom relief. They don't really get to why ED is happening. They just say, okay, it's happening. What can we do to stop it from happening? And that's great in the short run, but it doesn't really work for the long run, because whatever is causing it is getting worse. But the symptom relief is medication, Viagra, Cialis, Levitra. There are vacuum pumps, there are implants, there are different kind of surgeries. However, many men prefer two things. One is natural options, and the other is to work on the underlying cause as opposed to just the symptom relief. So that's what we want to talk about a little bit, and then talk about really what's happening is damage to the lining of the blood vessels, which produces a reduction in the production of nitric oxide, which is vital for an erection. So everything you want to do to fix the problem, fix the underlying cause, is really designed around fixing the lining of the blood vessels so that your body can produce enough nitric oxide to have proper blood flow for an erection. There are a number of small studies done on some natural products. One is called Rhodiola, and in this really small study, 26 out of 35 men were given 150 milligrams to 200 milligrams a day for 3 months, and they experienced substantial improvement in sexual function. So you can get any of these things that we're going to talk about, you can really reasonably get in any vitamin store. DHEA. DHEA is a hormone. It's a precursor to testosterone, and in a Massachusetts male aging study showed that men with ED were more likely to have low levels of DHEA, which also probably means they have low levels of testosterone. And I think it's safe to say across the board, men 50, 60 years old, if they would go in and have their hormones tested, real simple blood work tests, find that your numbers are dramatically low, which has a lot of health implications, but one of them is in libido, desire for sex, and in part to be able to have sex. So what they did is 40 men with ED participated in a study, and in which half received 50 milligrams of DHEA and the other half received basically nothing. And those receiving the DHEA were more likely to achieve and maintain erections. 50 milligrams seems to be a small amount, but you really want to get your hormones checked. That's really the bottom line of this particular part of the study. L-arginine is a precursor to nitric oxide, and it's amazingly important. So 31% of the men with ED taking 5 grams of L-arginine a day experienced significant improvement in sexual function. So they had a test group. 31% of the men that took 5 milligrams a day had significant improvement. They've also said that L-arginine combined with something called pycnogenol, which you can get in a vitamin store, restored sexual ability in 80% of the participants after about 2 months. Now, what you really want to be able to do is keep the L-arginine in your system as long as possible. Now, 5 grams of L-arginine, if you're taking it in capsule form from the vitamin store, is anywhere between 5 and 10 pills. And you probably want to take that a couple of times per day, initially anyway, because L-arginine metabolizes out of your system fairly quickly unless it's combined with something called L-citrulline. But L-arginine is really good if taken in the proper amounts. Now, in terms of natural approaches, nitric oxide therapy is my go-to choice. It combines many of the things that we were talking about, is specifically L-arginine and L-citrulline, to keep the L-arginine recycling in your system so that your body can really be dosed with nitric oxide so that the lining of your blood vessels really get the healing property of nitric oxide therapy. If you'd like to see a really good video on nitric oxide therapy that goes into this in more detail, click on the link that's in the description below this video and it'll take you to there. And nitric oxide therapy is really a wonder therapy. Now, if you have any questions about nitric oxide therapy, about this video, about any of the videos on my channel, simply give me a call or text me at 609-410-4790. I want to thank you for stopping by and watching this video. Have a great day, and here's to your good health.